Good evening and salutations, my soap opera fans. So, as the title says, Carter's plan backfires on him. Will he get fired? On the Bold and the Beautiful. Now, I found that is hilarious. When Ridge read that paper and was just like, there's something not right here. And Carter had that look in his face. Oof. I know that people will sit there and say, this is a clickbait title, but I don't think it's going to be that far from the truth. We got a lot to talk about everywhere from Lulu waking up. I guess she woke up yesterday. Lulu waking up to stuff that was going on days, to stuff that was going on Y&R with Jordan back in her cartoonish villainous ways. Um, now let's sit there. Now let's sit there and do a roll call and get this started. Black Mon, aka Mr. GQ is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Amy is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Amber is in the chat. How you doing tonight? How you doing tonight, Amber? Francis is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Queen of the South, how is the lovely Queen doing tonight? Gemini is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Dolomix is in the chat. How are you doing, my friend? At the bank is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Spencer is in the chat. How are you doing tonight? I hope everyone had a great day because we won't cook tonight. And Amy is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Um, okay. So sound check is good. Ronnie Ron is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Ed, I'm doing good. I'm actually off tonight. I mean, I was actually off today, so I'm actually doing great. Black Mon says, I hate they're making Carter into this angry black man, and I will watch your reviews on both. Well, thank you. Thank you, Black Mon. I appreciate that. Joshua Cook is in the chat. How are you doing? New YouTube. Okay. I gotta sit there and go to your channel. Because I miss seeing you, man. Queen of of course, I gotta sit there and see how you're doing. And Ed, I will get to your comment in 1 second. Gotta go to my friend Joshua's channel. Haven't seen his videos in a hot minute. So I miss seeing him. So let me put you on my list. There we go. There we go. I'm doing good, Black Mon. I was off today, so I'm very happy about that. Now, I know this kind of goes without saying. Oh, and Juanita's in the chat too. Is that correct? Okay. All right. So I'm going to sit there and say this now, just to get this out the way. I am one person. There is 19 people in the chat. Okay. So I'm not going to be able to get to every person tonight. Have understanding, and I will sit there and get to you as much as I can. Now, Ed says, so now Lisbeth got to protect herself. I think Cyrus has something to do with Sam's death. What makes you think that? And Gemini says, what is Carter trying to do? Carter's thinking with the wrong head. That's what Carter's doing. Laura B is in the chat. How you doing tonight? And Ronnie Ron says, how did Bonnie came and Kate came to that conclusion that Hattie poisoned those cupcakes? Because she had motives. She was angry. So it makes sense, She was angry. So she would have the most sense. She would make the most sense. Dominic said Carter was so close. I know he was so close, except for, he didn't tell him, Reg actually reading the stuff that he signed. Sean, I wonder if Daniel's revenge on Sharon is Tess. How? How'd that work? Why Tess? Joshua says my YNR review recap is going to be after Thanksgiving. Okay. All right. Well, I look forward to watching it then, my friend. Glad you're back on YouTube. Blackman says we're going to lose Lawrence as Carter probably. So where is representation going to be on bowl? Representation, right? Tracy Steves, thank you, Tracy. It's good to see you. I hope you are well. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Oh, I definitely did not pour enough. Valerie, Lulu was not supposed to be moving like that today. Oh, she was not. Oh, yeah, I gotta pull more. What the hell am I doing? um, especially seeing how she hasn't been moving in so long, right? Francis says, "What do you think about Laura and Diane not being at Sam's funeral?" I totally forgot that she wasn't at Sam's funeral. And yeah, Francis, that is definitely out of pocket. I don't know for Diane so much, but Laura, yes. Laura, yes. Laura, that's out of pocket. Yes, that's definitely out of pocket. Diane, not so much, if we're gonna be honest. Um, Now Ron says, "About your opinion on whistleblower Leo figuring out that Harvest." Well, the thing is, he didn't figure anything out. He just drew a conclusion, then he realized he was wrong. He should have actually had more evidence to back it up before he just straight up accused him, because that was dead ass wrong. Gorgeous Queen Janet, I'm looking forward to the Carter scene tomorrow. Hell to the yes, hell to the yes. I guess so. I guess so. But Francis. I mean, let's be honest. Out of the two of them, it definitely should have been Laura. Domex says Rich wasn't going to read it, though. Rich just lost his place. I hope Carter just pulls out a picture of Brooke. Yeah, I mean, but you gotta think about this, Dometics. Think about this for a minute. Your whole reliance is on hoping and wishing upon a goddamn star. Juanita was good. Is wishing upon a star that he's not going to do his due diligence and read the shit that he signed. Like, you understand how that's just so wild, right? But yes, Janet, I am so looking forward to it. So looking forward to it. As says Albert, because I think he did it to make up for what he did to Lulu, that he won't leave Lulu alone and try to keep, because I think he did it to make up for what he did to Lulu. Yeah, but what does that have to do with Sam's death though? That's my whole thing. I get that part, but why do you think that he would off Sam? That's true though, Max. I mean, would be funny. Oh, okay. I, I don't see the humor in it, but I respect you. I respect your opinion for you to see the humor in it, though, Sean. I mean, okay. So he should tell him everything because it would be funny. Like, I don't get me wrong. I thought it was so out of pocket for him to sit there and be like, but to be honest, Steffi was. Listen, this is the reason why Steffi is the queen of LA. She was like, you know what? Listen, I don't even mind losing some buyers if I don't have to sit there and work with that bitch again. And then she sat there and looked at Carter like, yeah, that's right. Hope Logan's a bitch. I said it. And what? I'm like, Domex says, you got to remember that Forrester is a place where most of the exec staff runs around like 20 teenagers. I can see why Carter doesn't think these folks are. No, I get that part. I do. I do. I do. But, I mean, come on. Seriously. You are like, I'm sorry. I think it's such an idiot. I mean, come on, Douglas. You cannot sit there and tell me that that was a good plan. You cannot sit there and tell me that was a good plan. That I'm just going to assume that he's not going to look at the papers he's signing and everything's going to be all good in the hood. Because they like, I would be, here's the thing, I would be sweating bullets if I did something like that. And my whole thing is, I just hope that they don't sit there. I think I'll probably try to make as much. I'll probably be sitting there trying to distract them. I'll be sitting there trying to distract them while he's signing papers just to make sure. He's like, yeah, no, no, no. You can just stop right there. Just stop right there. I really hope he does not look at my signature. What? Oh my goodness! It seems exactly, Lorby. It's Lorby. It seems like something that a kid would make up. It seems like something a teenager would make up. Mom Duke's just sitting there looking around trying to find your research stash, and I just hope that she doesn't, I don't know, look under the bed or under pillows. Like that's what that comes to mind. Huh. That's what comes to mind. Like you must have lost your ever loving mind. Well, okay, Ron. That's I respect your opinion. Should have signed after Riz and stuff he signed. Exactly. Spencer says you think they're going to be an ugly cussy battle between Scout, Danny, Jason, and Drew. Absolutely, Spencer. And I'm going to be on Alexis's ass. And yes, I understand that she's grieving. She lost a daughter. The worst thing in the world for a parent. That does not give her the right to sit there and act like Jason's parental rights does not matter. Donna is not just a dumb plan; it's an illegal one. I just can't sometimes be and be. Yes, Donna, I saw you in the comment section. Um, Donna, I had to sit there and do a review on that. I had because I was like, "Oops." That's the word of the day right there. Oops. I'll be a little nervous if Grandma Stephanie was around, and to a lesser extent Stephanie, but once I got past Stephanie, I felt pretty good. Exactly, Francis. And like I said, I get that she's grieving. Oh, here go Ron and his detective skills. Ron says, Albert, why don't you just admit every Tuesday now Nikisha comes over to your house? Stop the BS about your night rest. See, I missed this yesterday. I mean, I had to take a break. Um, but I miss your sense of humor, Ron. What's good, Jillian? How are you doing today? Oh, Jillian says, who do you think sent the cupcakes on days? I think Hattie is too obvious. That's the problem. I think Hattie is too obvious. She's too much of an obvious choice. Just like Javi is too much of an obvious choice of who dumped those spoilers online. It almost made me think about doing a review on it because I do understand how that could really mess up a show. Think about all these YouTube channels that is like, oh, well, the spoilers for today is going to be, the spoilers for next week is going to be. You have those writers that are working hard, especially when they were working hard and they weren't getting paid their worth. And to have some clown come online, no offense, and be like, well, the spoilers for Tuesday, January 24th. I'm like, I worked mad hard on this shit. And now you're going to sit there and tell me that, like, all my hard work is thrown out the window because some jackass had to sit there and tell some local YouTuber or somebody to tell some local YouTuber, "Happy birthday, Eagle! Eagle, we're gonna talk about it next week." I actually made a deal. We're actually gonna sit there and talk about it next week. I'm on episode 2 so far, but I'm liking it so far though. Did you get close to Cobra Kai? Yeah. And happy birthday, Eagle Fang. Happy birthday, my friend. But yeah, exactly, Eagle. Because Darby be watching it also, so we gonna all sit there and talk about it too. Now we're having our own drama because my sister didn't update her will to reflect. Oh wow, I'm sorry to hear that. Of course, Eagle, I got your back. Yeah, it's funny. It's funny. Every time I sit there and I watch Cobra Kai, I always sit there and think about you. And I mean that in the most non-weirdest way possible, but Queen says I felt sorry for Billy today after he wanted co-CEO with Jack, and all Jack could say is no, no, can't happen. Spencer says, "Yo, Albert, did you see Monica Ferris speech to the cast and crew? It was good, but I heard about it. I didn't see. Is there a video, Spencer, about that? Thank you, Francis. Yes, hit the like button. And what's good, LaShawn? Yes. Eagle says, I know what you mean to do when I watch the soaps if you put out. Well, thank you. Thank you, Eagle. But nah, it's actually gonna be fun, Eagle. So yeah, we all gonna sit there and talk about it next week. So whenever you're in the chat next week, either Monday or Tuesday, we're gonna be talking about it. Cause I know some other people also watch it as well. You know, Black my I hope it's renewed. I do. I really do actually hope it's renewed. I know it's kind of stupid at times, but like the soap opera fan in me don't want these shows to disappear. You told me to find a video. I found it. Yes, no, thank you, Spencer. Yes, no, I'm definitely gonna sit there and watch it. I heard about it. I heard that he didn't clap. Ed says I think Cyrus involved with what's going on in the hospital because he kept showing up, but I will keep watching to get more. Yeah, okay. Eagle Finn said, from what I heard, Cry Legend continues. I know. There's a there's a there's there's a trailer that I'm gonna watch it tonight. Even though it's weird because like the dude is doing like kung fu, but okay. Um, that's what's up. Damn. Ron says last episode Cobra Kai Part Two is insane. Can't wait to. Yeah, June. Yeah, That's what I was there saying. The Eagle. We're all gonna sit there and talk about it next week because I'm on like episode two. Um, like I'm not even gonna talk about it in the member circle. We're just gonna sit there and have a big discussion next week. So Ron says, Abby, your thoughts on pulling a call on Kayla to find out about the cupcakes being poisoned. She mentioned that Abe and um I don't really have any thoughts on that. I mean, she just found out that, you know, yeah, I don't really actually have thoughts on that. I have more thoughts on when Jada Smith they're pressing him about a decision that Rafe decided to make, and then Jada decided to start putting gender in and talking about your male fragile ego. Like, boo, he doesn't want to do it. Why don't you respect that? Blackmon says you're very passionate about the soul side of which. Thank you, Blackmon. Thank you. I started to get riled up when I was talking about Jillian says, what day are you going to be discussing? Oh, Jillian, I'm gonna start on Monday. So yeah, it's going to be throughout the week, Jillian. So whenever you come in, we'll sit there and talk about Cobra Kai because then at that point I already finished watching it. So yeah, any day that you come in next week, Jillian, we're going to be talking about it. So says yeah, I actually thought Alexis would have sole custody of the kids because Drew and Jason keep constantly disappearing, especially Jason. It's like every 2 years he either gets kidnapped, disappeared. And I get that, Spence. I do. But like my whole thing is, Alexis is just pissing me off with the fact that I feel like, like she's like, oh no, I'm gonna make sure that I uphold Sam's will. I'm like, so we just gonna sit there and act like Jason doesn't have any rights because he's a man? Like that should just that don't work for me. Domex has had to admit Sam got a pretty good send off. Almost forgot how iconic a character Sam used to be. I really wish they could have. You, wait, Domex, I'm just going to ask you again. Why do you think that Sam had a good send off? LaShawn says Laura should have Soul Guardian at her. Yeah, that's true. I agree with that, LaShawn. And it says about how Jason fights with Danny because Sam told Drew and Jason to be there for the kids, and this was before Jason came back. Yes. Um, And see, and that's my whole other thing, Ed. This is what I said in my review. I was like, yo, listen, um, they are effing over Sam's character even in the grave. I understood that she want her kids to be together, but this is, you know, I don't think it's that. But Alexa's a lawyer too, and she knows her will is a binding. I do, Donna, but I mean, I feel like it's few. I mean, I know, and I think that's probably more emotions, but they're saying as far as a man's rights and stuff like that. But I do feel like it is like I want to make sure that my daughter's rights is heard. Um, so I get that part, but it just it bothers me. Eagle says the writers that wrote for Austin were the replacement writers, right? Yeah, I think they were the scout writers, right? Filmax says, I don't mean the death itself for Sam, but the aftermath release with the clips. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that was good. Yes. Yes, that's what I was sitting there and say. Okay. All right. Because, I mean, let's be honest. I know that she probably got poisoned or whatever, and now Liz is in trouble because, she's the head nurse. But, I mean, come on. Sam, like, that's the lady of General Hospital. Come on. Eagle fan said Dakota get fired. No, no, he didn't get fired. He didn't get fired yet. Um, I just put that up there because I thought the picture was funny. That's why I do the yeah. That's why I do the reviews. LaShawn says I'm good. I will be watching Tyler Perry's sister. Oh, okay, all right. LaShawn, there's a part of me that actually kind of want to watch it. There's a channel called Life with Jessica, and she always reviews it. And like she gets huge numbers. Apparently, that show is actually really popular, and it has the chick from Days of Our Lives. I don't remember her name, but Ron says otherwise. Clyde not trying to help Mark Green out, but he wants Cat out. He wants him out to punish her. He's not trying to help Mark. Wayne says the thumbnail Carter, and now, well, I mean, come on, Wayne. Let's not sit here and try to act like that's not a possibility. Oh, what's good, Sierra? I like that thumb. I like the picture, Sierra. I like the picture. Laura B says, I can't resist Wade. I really could. Laura B says the writing regime changed a few times, so this team might be clueless to what the ideas is. Yes. I guess so. Right. Here's the thing. I think he has other plans for Mark. Let's be honest. If he's behind bars, he can get the Mark a lot easier. So why would he want to sit there and get him out? He could just get the Mark. Technically, he can get to Cat also. So I don't really understand why she's out of jail too. Just watch Jason now. Jason and Drew have a few. Yep. Because Alexis is like, no, I got to sit there and make sure my daughter's rights is heard. And like, what about Jason's rights? He's a mobster. He's an enforcer. Listen, I really got on Jason today, okay? Because Danny was Ray. What you did didn't just affect you. This wasn't just about you, okay? This was about Scout sitting there scared and afraid of what happened to her father. And Jason didn't think about that. People want to sit there and be like, what's good, Jonathan? People want to sit there and be like, well, Jason deserved it. Okay, does Scout deserve it? Does Scout deserve to sit there and see her father look like that? No. People love to sit there and start commenting and thinking with their emotions. Jonathan, my Michael Baldwin to my Victor Newman. And we gotta talk about what you call it too. Young and Restless. Sean says if Rich calls the police on Carter, it will be soapy. It will be funny. Sean, it will be funny. It'll be funny as shit. Get him an orange jumpsuit that says "Oops" on it. My thoughts on days. I'm glad that Cat took control of this of the situation because um Chad's plan was half-assed at best. Oh, let's just go to the hotel and see what happens. Cat's like, yo, listen, we're gonna be exposed here. We should sit there and get decoys. Yeah, yeah, that's a good idea. I'm like, you don't think that Clyde would want to sit there and come at you as well? Like, and Leo just sitting there. Leo just sitting there coming at Javi with like, okay, I understand that he was the last person that was by your computer, but you don't have any more proof than that, though. Sierra says, I think Alexis is wrong, and I agree with Danny. He was being the real parent today. Don't get me wrong, Drew needed that beat down, but you're right about that. Yeah, and that's my whole thing, Sierra. It's like, regardless of what you sit there and think about Drew, you could think he's this, that, and the third. Him putting hands on him, like, now Scout has to sit there and deal with an uncle who beat the living hell out of her dad when her mother just died. Like, I just, and for Jason to sit there and be all logical and everything like that, that shit just went right out the damn window. I don't think it's going to end, Jonathan. I think it's just going to be a test. I think it's more of a test than anything else. You know, how you like to sit there and test these couples. Donna says, I'm definitely not Team Drew, but what Jason did wasn't smart, and Alexis can use it as ammunition to make sure he doesn't get custody of Danny. And that's 100% true, Donna. That's actually 100% true. Albert says, I know Jason pissed when he sees the papers. As for Lucky, he needs to make a decision. And I said this, and I'll sit there and say this again. Exactly, Jonathan. I said this once, and I'll sit there and say this again. I'll get to your question in 1 minute, Ron. What did I say before? Lucky, it is not Liz's job to make you feel better about your piss poor decision to skip out on being a responsible father. You want to sit there and hit the highway, fine. Stop sitting there trying to like what are you trying to do? You trying to get permission from Liz to okay your your shitty parenting skills? Oh, I don't feel like being a parent, so like that's not Liz's job to make you feel better. I still shouldn't have probably picked that up. Ron says, what's your thoughts on Gabby saying to Leah that if you hurt my cousin, you mess with me also? Do you think that was a threat? Yeah, that was a threat, Ron. I mean, it's what family generally says when they want to sit there and protect their family from being hurt. Sarah says, Lucky is an exhausting baby daddy. LOL. I would hate to have him as a baby daddy. Just leave. Exactly, Sarah. But here's the thing, Sarah. Imagine if he was sitting there trying to make himself feel better about leaving. Like he was sitting there trying to make you co-sign his decision to leave town and leave his son. Because that's what he's doing. He would sit there and literally put you in a spot and try to make him feel better about his decision. Like you have to be okay with it. That's the aggravating part. Francis says, Albert, they're having dogs death happen on things. Oh, that sounds depressing. But see, this is what I said, Francis. When it comes to the days of our lives and when it comes to his general hospital, as sad as some people were when they watched General Hospital, when they watched his funeral with Sam, we know that Sam's alive. Okay? When Doug's funeral is going to happen, this is a real funeral. This isn't like Sam and all the nice thoughts and everything like that, which is nice, but this isn't the same thing though. Sarah says, right, Lucky is just terrible and exactly. Spencer says, honestly, Hubbard, knowing how Jason handled Jake 17 years earlier, probably going to be the same way. He's just going to give Danny up in that fight. Again, he was just manipulated back then. Yeah, I feel like he's going to do some shit like that. But see, that's the thing, though, Sierra. So, okay, so let's talk about that for a hot minute. Francis says, I know, awful, so sad for it. Yeah, exactly. So, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a difference in it. Sean, I don't. Okay, well, here's the thing. Why does Liz always look pissy when Brendan shows up? Why is that? Why does she look like she always has an attitude? So, yes, let's talk about that, Sierra. Remember, Drew's going to DC. Okay, what makes you think that Drew can't sit there and take Scout? Lots of politicians sit there and take their children when they go to start running for office and things of that nature. So why can't he not do that? Alexis is on some bullshit when she was sitting there saying, "Well, Drew should, where Scout should be with me because he's going to DC." And he can also sit there and take Scout. Scout can sit there and transfer schools. She can sit there and do school remotely. There's no rhyme or reason why Scout can't sit there and be with her father. That is some absolute bullshit. They try to make it seem like, oh, well, he's going to be too busy. He can't have time for his daughter. There's tons of politicians that can do that. So don't sit there and try to give me that bullshit. This is why I'm not happy with the way Alexis is going about this whole thing. And maybe this is out of grief. I don't know what it is. But just like where Danny lashed out at Lucas, and I didn't think that shit was cool. I'm not gonna sit there and let go of what you call it. What? Johnson says, anyone remembers the time on GH where Luke bit off Scott's ear? What? Sarah says, yeah, I agree. But let's be honest, Drew doesn't want to be a dad, in my opinion. He likes the idea of being a dad when we've seen Free be an active father. When does he take Scout to school? He's busy being with Willow and Nina and running in that. Yeah, no, I get it. I get it, Sarah. I'm just saying, like, it's possible, you know. It may, I'll sit there and say this here. It's possible. It may not be probable, but it's possible. As says, I like new Lulu start, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of former AMC actress. And I agree, she does look similar. Yes, yes, she does. Yes, Ed, yes. Well, first of all, thank you for watching the review. Um, See, here's my thing, Ed. I feel like people are gonna sit there and start. What's good, Kevin? I feel like people are gonna sit there and start. Oh, wow. Okay, so Jonathan, he pulled a Mike Tyson. Okay, damn. But Ed, I feel like they're going to start to um, they're going to start comparing the new Lulu and the old Lulu so hard, and she didn't even start yet. You know. Sarah says, so I get what you're saying, Abby, because it is, but it's all up to the air right now with what Drew would do. Yes. I'm just saying it's possible, Sierra. So, like, while Alexis is like, oh, well, he's going to be in DC, he doesn't have time. It's like, why don't you just wait and see what happens? You no. Ron says, Albert, so if Kat, and JJ go to the apartment and Clyde continues to toy with them, and he doesn't get his wife ashes, then what? Then he doesn't get his wife ashes, and he dies, and Kat dies. End of story. And to be honest, I mean, I understand he wants to sit there and put his wife to bed and everything. I mean, to rest, but like you're going to sit there and sacrifice a actual life for somebody who is already gone. That's not that may be Abby's body, but that's not Abby anymore. And you being so fast and loose with another human life, it's just it's. LaShawn says, I don't, I do not, I do not think that Sonny called Brennan to help Lucky Spencer. Yeah, I don't think he actually called him either. I don't think he actually called him either. Oh, there we go. Kevin says, do you think Carter will fire all Ridge's kids on Bold and the Beautiful? That would be laughable, but I don't think that would happen, Kevin. It seems like it seems like to turn him into Carter into a villain. He is going against his core principles. Francis says, with Dante and Rocco, they become a family, stay together. Not a yes, and I agree with that too, Francis. Sean says Brendan and Liz should interact more, especially since Carly is focused on Jason. Um, why Brendan and Liz though, Sean? That just seems so like left field. Maybe someone should call Phyllis to get him a job at. Yeah, but see, that's the problem though, Jonathan, right? Because it's not like he can't get a job. It's just that he is not cut out to be a parent. I mean, I don't know what's going on with Jonathan Jackson. Maybe he just came in for a little bit and then he's going to be leaving. And I think he's just there for fanfare because let's be honest, what has Lucky actually done? What did he actually accomplish? You stop to think about it. Lucky didn't really accomplish shit since he's been on the show. Yes, the plan was for him to sit there and be an organ donor, but that didn't happen. So what's next? His son. So he saw his son once, and now his son has so much of a low bar, so much of a low bar, so much of a low bar that he knows he's going to leave. So he came in, said hi to his son. He hasn't seen it or heard from him in months, and now he's just going to sit there and take off. So in total, Lucky hasn't actually done anything. He hasn't done anything. He's actually put people's lives in danger just to get him back home to find out that he can't even be a donor. Come on, seriously? And says, I hope they don't do a comparison against with Lulu. Emma got that a lot in the comment section from a lot of her run on the show with YouTube clips. I remember the second she came on. Yeah. Yeah. And I get I get that that's what people do naturally, but I think it's just so unfair. Now, Sierra says Rick was the best character to return. Yes, he is. He is very messy. He's very messy. That's very true. Sierra. Spencer says, yeah, but I agree, dude. I'm not liking Johnson Jackson return as Lucky. Like it was okay in the beginning with Sitwell, but now is the problem is even after a while with Sitwell, it started to get ridiculous. I mean, Spencer, you gotta sit there and remember. Oh, okay. All right. Thank you, Jonathan. It was confirmed that Johnson Jackson is staying on long term. Okay. All right. I'm just saying his return has been. Ron says, Albert, are you happy with Aaron for turning his back on his siblings? He only has Felicity. Ron, I'm not happy about any of this shit. You got to remember, Ron, and I know that you won't, so I'll sit there and remind you tomorrow. But Ron, I don't give two shits about the teams. Okay, I don't care about Felicity. I don't care about Aaron. I don't care about Sophia. I don't care about Tate, and I don't care about Holly. Okay, these are just characters that unfortunately you have to sit there and deal with. But and that's the thing. That's the thing, Ron. There's always going to be characters in soap operas that you have to just deal with. Doesn't necessarily mean that you like them. It just means that you have to kind of just deal with them. So no, Ron, I'm not happy about any of it because I don't really give a shit. Sean was good. Spencer says, Albert, sometimes I'm always thinking to myself, what the hell is Frank Valentine doing? Sometimes I think he's become a Vince McMahon behind the scenes, maybe not a creep way, but writing wise. The problem is, I'll tell you this much, Spencer. We don't know the whole story about Frank and Kelly. Okay? Everything that comes up is speculation. And people tend to sit there and go off of speculation with their emotion. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're right. That's the truth of the matter. So, you know, unlike some people that go on Twitter and it's like, oh my God, I think that Frank Valentine's bad and he's horrible and he's evil and he should let Kelly come back. It's like, we don't know the whole story. We don't know if Kelly was the one that was the problem. We don't know if Frank Valentine was the one that was the problem. We don't know. People love to sit there and come on there with their emotions because logic just goes out the goddamn window. And it just, unfortunately, it is what it is. Um, what was it? No, it wasn't. Well, Ron, it wasn't. It definitely wasn't a vendetta against him. It just means that she has a better track record. She has a better track record than Brittany. So that's what it comes down to. Yeah, Ron, it's messed up that he does have a right to sue. You have a right to sue. That's the truth of the matter. But I think it's his right to sit there and decide to quit and not be constantly bombarded and interrogated by Jada. And then Jada's like, "Oh, so it's your macho ego or whatever." I was like, "Can you imagine if Jada was to there impressed about a decision that she made, and then somebody sat there and said, 'Oh, it was your feminist ways'? She would be hella pressed about that." But she's the first person to sit there and start whining to him. Theo says, "Oh, but Albert, did you see the video of Sam last seen in the whole?" No, I'm a Sean Spencer actually sent me a copy of that scene, so I'm gonna watch it tonight. But see, here's the thing though, Sierra. So okay, so let's just go on that for a hot minute. Let's just go exactly, Sean. But here's the thing though, Sierra. So yeah, okay, so everyone clapped and he didn't clap, right? So like what is he now looking like the bad guy because he didn't clap? I mean, that's the whole thing though, right? Like we don't know. Sean says Albert Frank's favorite character must be Lulu. Why must it be Lulu? Why must it be Lulu? Donna says you're right, Albert. We don't know the whole story, but just on inklings, I heard Frank does have favors, and it was saying Kelly wasn't one of them. Kingston is just there at this point. I don't think they plan this out. They should have just aged these characters up to 21. Yeah, exactly. And that's, I mean, and I know that some people like the team scenes, and that's cool. It's just not for me, you know. But see, okay, so let's all sit there and read this. Exactly, it's two sides to every story, and if someone I work with that got fired, threatened to expose the truth, I wouldn't clap on their last day. LaShawn says Isaiah needs to go in Lulu Spencer's room and check on her. He was the one that did this. Yeah, that's very true, LaShawn. Donna said, I think you're right, Albert. We don't know the whole story. But just on inklings, I heard Frank does have favors. But see, you heard. I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, Donna, we can all sit there and speculate, and we can go with intuition, and we can go with pieces of the puzzle. Um, and we can all sit there and make our own decisions. For me personally, I don't think that that's enough, right? Because this comes down to reputations and firsthand experience. So, and even sometimes with that, we don't even fully know. Like, let's sit there and say we had a source that was like actually there that witnessed the arguments from start to finish. Maybe they could sit there and tell us who's the villain in this whole thing. Because at the end of the day, somebody's going to be pointing out as the villain. You know. And I'll tell you this much, Donna. There's a video and I'm not sitting there doing this to try to sell it. But and I'll get to your question in 1 minute, Spencer. There's a video in my members channel that says spilling the tea, right? Spilling the tea. Now, you hear it and you're like, wow, this is crazy, right? I thought it was one way, but it turns out it was another way. Because that's because that video has firsthand experience. From start to finish. You don't have that, you don't really have much of anything. But I don't know. And it says I've been even Matthew, Destiny, Daniel, Nate, and Jack had a better team team on like to laugh. I don't know who those people are, but yeah. I mean, that's the thing, Ed. It's just, even on General Hospital, you had Maxie, Dylan, and, Georgie and stuff. Like, I didn't give two shits about those scenes out there. Spencer says, way, I think way back when, bro, Dylan, Georgie, Lucas, teen scenes acting back then, loved the writing back then. I think it was a bit too mob centric, but it worked back then. Yeah, see, for me, I think that was the exact opposite. I mean, I don't know about the mob stuff because, like, I just came in and started watching it, but I didn't give two shits about, and I was just going to saying that I didn't give two shits about those teen scenes. I really never did, you know? Sean says Kelly supposedly will tell her story when she's probably waiting to be rehired. Sean, I think if she tells her story, she's going to shoot herself in the foot. Donna says, true, I wish Kelly the best, at least some of her coast. Yeah, exactly. Donna, that's why he's out there and called for her. I wish her the best. I just think that she needs to kind of really think about what she's going to do before she does it. Ron says, I'm convinced that Brad basically have fired Matt, who plays Thomas, because when Christy, as Taylor, was let go, she had. Yeah, I mean, it's true. But Ron, we can all speculate until it comes out. And that's the problem, though, right, Ron? Because these shows aren't really transparent, it leaves us to guess and speculate. And I'm telling you right now, the guessing and the speculating is what's hurting shows like that. It's what's hurting shows like Born and Beautiful. And it's hurting shows like General Hospital because they won't sit there and actually tell the truth. And it says, I did appreciate all the flashbacks. Yeah, I mean, that was nice. I don't know. I guess it was kind of cool. And I think at this point, yeah, and that's exactly what Domek said. It was a great send off, the flashbacks and stuff like that. But it just also poked out a problem there, right? And this was when Sam was at her best. This was when the writing for Sam was at her best, as opposed to what the hell they were doing later on. Sean says, what do you think of Kai, the new character? I like him. Eh, he's okay. He hasn't, yeah, I think, Sean, he hasn't really done much to really impress me, but he hasn't done anything to offend me either. So I'll sit there and say he's okay. I can't sit there and say I really like him or dislike him. He hasn't done anything to either impress me or annoy me. So he's kind of middle ground for me. Uh, I don't know, Spencer. I don't really do couples. But if I had to choose one, Spencer, I would sit there and say Sam. You know why I would sit there and say Sam, Spencer? Because Sam was ride or die. Robin wasn't about that mob life. Elizabeth was not about that mob life. And I felt like with Carly, it was better for them to be friends. So I would probably have to sit there and go with Sam, Spencer, because you know my feelings on um, Sam, Spencer, is that Sam is the Letty of General Hospital. Sean says Albert Thomas' return was random. Paris, yeah, yes, it was random. It, it was needed, but it was random though. Like them just getting married out of nowhere, and then they leave, and apparently they get married off screen, or maybe something happens because they're supposed to get married at Eric's place, and then that shit fell through. So Donna said they did the same with the actor who played Wyatt. They just disappeared him, and then months later he was confirmed he was let go. Yeah, they have a really bad business practice of doing stuff like that. And I don't know. It just, I mean, I know things happen. This is why I like the body and soul stuff because yes, it's cheesy, this, that, and the third, and I get that part. But stuff like scandals and stuff like that really does want to happen. Hell, we looked at a couple of them. From Sam, which is the latest one, to Thomas, Matt, whatever, on Born and Beautiful. We'll go all the way back to Y&R, which we did not talk about today. The first Ashton, the first Ashton got fired because he came back a day early from, having the virus. Now that was out of pocket. They could have just gave him a warning. They fired him right on the spot because he came back one day earlier. Like really? Now that probably wasn't talked about that much because it's Y&R, but like that was some foul shit right there. Ron says, "Do you agree with JJ?" Yeah, why not? Ron, I mean, Gabby said that she wanted to help, so this is her way of sitting there helping and atoning to sit there and help JJ. So yes, I do agree. Even though I feel like JJ has like short man syndrome, which is something else. LaShawn says Laura Collins told Portia that she wanted her daughter Lulu to be at Turning Woods is near Port Charles. Yeah, she said that. I don't know where she's at now. Is she in Turner Woods? I remember her sitting there saying she was in Turner Woods. And now Hope is instantly in love with Carter after. Here's my whole thing, Donna. She's more attracted to the attention that Carter's giving her. Because you know how Hope is. Hope is about vanity and like compliments and reassurance and stuff like that. Johnson says, I don't think Rafe and Jada will last. Well, I mean, I've heard that's about Rafe's track record. I do think that JJ is going to be higher. Why you don't think they'll last? Okay, thank you, Donna. Why you don't think they'll last? I know Jada has a habit of turning a small situation and blowing it up and making it more bigger than what it is. Like she couldn't just sit there and accept. She couldn't just sit there and accept the fact that he didn't want to. Hold on. All right. Did anybody actually watch The Young and the Restless today? Because I don't really understand why is Ian sitting there asking Jordan. Why is Eden asking Jordan to go search around town to find out how Cheryl's family is going to react? when he actually has freedom. He is legit out of jail. So why are you why are you sitting there doing such a risk? You took all this time and effort and money or whatever to get Jordan out of prison. But you're gonna make more of a risk for her to go and check in on a family than for you to sit there and what? And it says Laura needs to tell Cyrus to stay away from her daughter and put guards. I mean, yes, and I've said multiple times that Laura's feelings towards Cyrus makes no damn sense. Ooh, that's a very good question. That LaShawn says Nina doing at the funeral, she was jealous when Sam was with her ex. I mean, granted, that was years ago, but yes. Yeah, that's the thing though, Laura B. It's just I don't really understand. It seems more of a risk to sit there and do that. Um, and you know what? Listen, here's the thing about Sally. I respect the hell out of Sally because Sally's like, yo, listen, we're not gonna sit there and play that BS. I'm trying to be nice to me and da 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 da. Not doing all that. Chelsea. Johnson says the whole Rafe losing his commissioner job situation could be a sign of trouble for them. Okay. Gorgeous Queen Cat Lady. We see Lulu still remembers to hate Cyrus. Just from exactly. Exact. Thank you, Cat Lady. She had never to say why was Jason there. I don't remember her actually saying that. She actually said that. I remember her saying that. Gorgeous Queen Cat Lady. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. I was thinking about you. Yes, I was thinking about you today. Spencer says, I did not look at the fact that Laura was not at the funeral. It feels like Laura did not give a damn about Sam. She just wanted a part. I mean, yes, optics wise, yes, Spencer. I wouldn't sit there and say she didn't give a damn, but optics wise, it's not a good look. Spencer, that's like that's like when what's her name? Jocelyn didn't go to the funeral for Liesel's daughter, and I can't remember her name. Carrier says Nina did say that how she looked right at him and was like, I can't believe he showed up. I don't know why I didn't see that. I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe Kelly, because I was also when I did watch, I was watching a really bad copy on YouTube. So maybe that's what that was. But I can't even remember her Brit. Like Jocelyn didn't go to Brit's funeral. And Jocelyn was partly responsible. Yeah, thank you, Lobby. Jocelyn was partly responsible for Brit's death because her dumbass decided to not have a bodyguard when there was a serial killer running around. Thank you, Black Mom. When there was a serial killer running around. Rick Westbourne, thank you. Um, yeah, Jonathan, I don't like this sanitized version of Simon Cowell. Like, I really don't. I really don't. This PC version, just ugh. Killer says, "Oh yeah, YouTube always cut stuff." You know what it was? Also, Cat Lady. I'm gonna be honest. I really want to get what you call this video over with. I really want to get Sam's funeral episode over it. So like I didn't even wait till I got home. I was on the bus. I was like, you know what, F it, I'm just gonna sit there and just watch it. I heard, and yeah, I mean that's the thing though. Back in the day, YouTube was somewhat like the Wild West, if you're gonna be honest. But yes, um, yeah, Spencer says very true, Robert. Not a good look for Laura at all. I'm just glad Jocelyn is growing and they're doing a great job with her. I couldn't stand her 5 years ago. Yeah, my whole thing is Spencer with Jocelyn. She's not a terrible character. I didn't like what she did with Cameron, using him as a toilet seat, using him as a toilet seat, and really, yeah, that's what I said, Jonathan. I don't like this version of what you call it. Ooh, Spencer, the Facebook days. Ooh, I remember I used to be on there, Spencer. It used to be wild. Sean says Trina never found out Briss died because of Jocelyn. Hmm. Yeah, Trina got a whole lot of other things going on right now. So Spencer, I remember I used to sit there and I used to get in some trouble on Facebook because, well, to be honest, I didn't know how to keep my shit together. So yeah, and that's the thing though. Like when they have the horrible copies, they do that for a reason. The zooming in and out, the having the music in the background, it's literally there. So this way, the channel doesn't get shut down right away. So those zooming in and outs and like the music in the background, it's designed a certain way so that way it won't get shut down. Ooh, Ed. Okay, damn. Old school MySpace days. Oof. Yeah, that was something else. That's the thing though, Ed. I used to. That's how I would express myself. With the soap opera stuff, talking about it before I started doing this. This is much better now, but Ron says, Robert, since Vivian is in jail, why don't you just fess up and tell Gabby that she kidnapped? Well, why was she? Right, I don't really understand. What's the point of her confessing? What is that actually going to do? Why do you want her to confess, Ron? Why don't you tell me that? Why don't you tell me? That lady says Black Planet. What? What does that mean? My whole thing is, Spencer, the issue, okay, I'm gonna tell you this much, Spencer. The issue isn't her talking about her political stuff. The issue is when she attacks somebody else when she's talking about her political stuff. When somebody doesn't agree with her, Spencer, that's when she gets out of hand. And I know some people will be like, "Oh, well, she shouldn't talk. It's her platform. She can talk about whatever the hell she wants." My issue, Spencer, is when she start attacking other people. That's what I said, Logie. Now, Cat Lady says, no, no, I don't. But I would love your explanation. Also, Catley, I'm gonna sit there and message you tonight. I'm gonna message you tonight. I'm gonna text message you tonight, and on Facebook Messenger. So, Okay, Kelly, this is your chance to sit there and educate. I love Kelly. She's so sassy. Now, Kelly says Black Planet was like MySpace. It came out after. Wow. Oh. Kyrie, say hi, but everyone. I just finished watching Mario. No way cows should be given. See, thank you. Yes. I'm like, so this privileged prick done disrespected his parents. Now he's getting rewarded, pretty much. It's funny. I don't. It was so much better than MySpace. You got so much more. I don't remember it. Wow. And no, you're right, Donna. Let's go back to Donna. These companies are playing around. Yeah, and that's the thing though, Donna. Like, to be fair, there were some people that definitely did use the copyright system. Putting up home movies and other people's stuff and other people's property and stuff like that. I totally understand that. Yeah. YouTube has a way of being very hyper or whatever about copyright strikes. And it messes up a lot of stuff. But it's also the fault of some people for putting YouTube in that position in the first place. Kelly said, "Did you see my comment about my channel? If you've been, did you see my comment about my channel? If you've been, no, no, I didn't see the comment. Write it again. What did you actually say? All I saw was the Black Panic, Black Planet, Black Planet was like MySpace after it came out. So no, I didn't actually see that. As if you've been, as if you've been, sir. As if I've been what? No, I've never actually been on Black Planet. I've never actually heard of it until you just said so. No, I've never actually been on it. Spencer says, "Yo, I was watching some old clips of Jason and Jack. Can you explain to me why Jason doesn't like Jax? Can you explain?" I mean, Jason's a thug in Jax's eyes. Also, there was a point where Jax had feelings for Carly, but he knew that Carly would always put Jason first. So he didn't like that. So between the fact that he had a relationship with Carly and Carly would still always choose Jason was always problematic. So that's reasons why he didn't like Jason. From what I remember. Yeah, exactly, Kyrie. And that's my whole thing though. I'm like, she comes across as very cartoonish. Like her acting is very hammy. That shit might have worked on Guiding Light or whatever soap opera she was on before. But like even for Y&R, which Y&R can be a little kind of old school, it's just like yes, it was no room for Jax with Jason and Sunny being around. Exactly. That's exactly, yes. That's I 100% agree. Johnson says was she was on As the World Turned, but she wasn't a villain on that show. Yeah, but the problem is her acting is from As the World Turns, and if As the World Turns, if people acted somewhat similar to her, then her acting is a little kind of out of touch um, from modern acting. It exactly, Kyrie's yes. Donna says it also has to do with Sunny being with Jax too because of Brenda and Jason is loyal to Sunny. Have a good night, Francis. It's great to see you. Kylie says Anne Joy was nothing like this on the other soaps are. Oh. This is all why in our writing team. Damn. Oof, okay. Well, I just learned something. Yes, LaShawn, yes. Ride or die. I think Jason and Courtney was a good couple for a while, but I think once they put Kelly on the show in '03, they made Courtney like a whiny Karen Inch for Jason being a thug. I mean, I guess. I don't remember that far back as far as what they did. I do remember her actually going out with AJ for some odd reason, and I think that Courtney went out with AJ just to piss off Sunny, and it wound up backfiring on her. It wound up backfiring on her. And part of me just sits there and looks at that and be like, see, this is the reason why people didn't like Courtney after a while. Like, you went out with fucking AJ Quartermain, okay? Like, I get you didn't like your brother and your brother was being whatever, but like, come on, bro. I mean, they had her at a damn strip club. They had her at a strip club because she had to sit there and help pay the bills for AJ's broke ass. Yes, exactly, Jonathan. They did. Um, Jonathan, back when Cyrus was actually fun and entertaining before they turned him into some boring ass Bible thumping character. Uh, AJ and Courtney going at it, and AJ slapping that dog. Wow. Okay, I'll check it out. I do. I think I kind of remember a little bit of it. Cat Lady love new flashbacks. Harry says, and thank you for forcing me to rip the Bane off from where I was trying to be politically correct version. Yeah, I see. Carrie's, I'm not going to sit there and say that. Also, again, I love thick women because they can take a lot more punishment. But it's just I sat there and I was sitting there watching your stream, and after a while, I was like, okay, bro. See, here's the thing. I'm not gonna sit there and say something like that, but I know you were itching to say that shit. Well, I mean, that's the same. That's not just for GH. That's also for like B&B. I mean, yes, definitely GH, but even B&B though. Kylie says red rooms and ties up. Red rooms and ties up. What does that mean? But no, I mean, you look at Sheila Carter, right? Johnson says it's starting to look like Cyrus was the one to poison Sam. You know, somebody else said that. I think it was either Ed that said the same thing, and I'm just wondering how. And it has to be more than just intuition. What's good, Deluxe? I'm wondering what you mean by that, though. Or maybe it was Sean. Oh, okay. What does that mean? What does that mean, back hitting? Red rooms and tied up. Tie tie ups. I don't know who started that whole thing. Say it faster. Oh, cat lady, you are something else. I got so much thoughts in my head right now that I'm not gonna sit there and say, Jesus Christ. Yes, Jonathan. That's something I noticed right off the bat. Like with the hairstyle and the forehead and everything. I mean, no, it does not really make a lot of sense. Oof, okay. I mean, like I said, I don't know. Oh, it's a song. Okay. Oh, hmm. Sounds like a lot of fun. I don't know. No, cat lady, I'm always sniffing, not trying to catch a case. So, God damn it, cat lady. Right? Johnson says, looking forward to seeing how she interact with Dante and Rocco and Lucky. Why Lucky? Oh yeah, never mind. Yeah, it's gonna be something. I apparently she woke up yesterday, and I'm gonna be honest. Since I watched it on YouTube, Kyrie's, I got one syllable for that. Oops. Oops. I didn't think he was actually gonna sit there and read the shit that he was supposed to sign. Oops. What's good, Allison? Kyrie says I popped up with a live today to see who was on, and you didn't tell me. Cutler, you should have told me. God damn it. I always get so disappointed when I sit there and see your lives. Like I said, I'm gonna text you tonight. I'm gonna text you tonight, though. That's the thing, though, Kyrie. We were talking about that earlier. I was like, bro, so your whole plan was to sit there and assume that he was not going to read what he was signing. And again, this is the reason why. This is the reason why I'm sitting there. Thank the Lord for Rich. But see, here's the thing, though, Kyrie. It was funny as shit when she sat there and said, "You know what? I'll lose a couple of buyers if I don't have to work with that bitch Hope." And then Carter looked at her and she was like, "Yeah, yeah, Hope's a bitch." She was like, "Hope Logan's a bitch." I was like, "Oh," I was like, "Oh." I thought it was great, but Nina was out of pocket saying the truth. I'll sit there and say this much. I'm glad people enjoyed the funeral. I don't really see. This is my whole thing, though. Like, I guess part of me just looks at it when people sit there and say that they enjoyed the funeral, and I'm just like, it's sad. Like, it's sad. Like, how am I enjoying a funeral? But you know, like people seem to say, I'm looking forward towards Doug's funeral. I'm just like, why? Carrie says, would have she said that if Brooke was there though? Oh, she would have said no. She would have said that Brooke was there. Do as says Albert B&B, do that now. Do that. Wow. Yeah, she was like, hey, listen, you know what? I don't care if I lose a couple of buyers. I don't want to work with Hope anymore. And she said what she said. I was like, okay. Allison says, I can't believe that Rich and Stephanie stood there and let Carter talk to them all. Yes, yes, and damning and demanding. I hope Carter can talk his way out of being caught. Oh, it's going to, Allison, it's going to be a treat tomorrow. It's going to be a treat tomorrow. It's going to be one hell of a treat tomorrow. I'll tell you that much. Have a night, Ed. It was great to see you, my friend. Um, I mean, Kyrie, you know, she would have sat there and said that. She would have had no qualms with this saying that. Thank you, Ed. You know, it's really funny, and we didn't really talk too much about Y&R, but Billy Smith being upset with Adam for putting a hit piece on him, Smith saying, "Well, this is the reason why my mother lost faith in me." But not that long ago, you put the exact same hit piece on Adam. Like you did the exact same shit to him years ago, but you want to sit there and start whining and complaining about how his hit piece caused damage between you and your mother. No, what caused damage between you and your mother was your mother. Let's be very clear about that. You know, Kyrie, I hope she would have. I really do. I really do hope she would have. If she would have backed down because Brooke was there, I would have been disappointed. That's what I'm going to sit there and say. Spencer says, Robert, did you like that talk with Jason and Danny? I thought it was good. Danny was right, actually. Jason got to calm his nerves and focus on his son. You know, yes, and that's the thing, Spencer. And I think it was actually here, and I've said this before. I did say this before, but I'll sit there and say this again. First of all, just to reiterate, this is none of date. It was none of Jason's damn business to sit there and get into that fight with Drew over Michael, who is a grown ass 30-year-old man that can handle his own business. Number two, you goddamn right, cat lady. Number two, he didn't bother to sit there and think about the fact that his kid was upstairs and Scout was upstairs. Got his chest is in the chat. He didn't bother to sit there and think if his kid was up there or Scout's kid was there. He didn't bother to sit there and think about how Scout would sit there and take the fact that her dad got beat up by her uncle. He didn't think about that. But somebody who's supposed to be so, logical and things of that nature, you didn't bother to sit there and think about that. Weird. So you had to sit there and been talked down to and taught a lesson by your teenage son. I love this woman. Yeah, exactly. And why is that? I'm going to sit there and say a word that I generally don't like saying because I think it's disrespectful to women. But sometimes you need to sit there and say it because even women sit there and say it. Okay? Bitch made sucker punching ass Jason should have minded his own goddamn business. Instead, you got lectured teenage son. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Kelly says Danny already hit his own brother, so he can't talk, move on, they need to learn. See, this is why I gotta have Cat Lady come in my life this week. Just said what bitch made. Yeah, exactly. What? What? Are you are you serious, Jess? Kelly says it's life, move on. Too bad long neck Drew couldn't learn how to block. I can't wait till you come on my stream, Cat Lady. Harry says I asked you the same question yesterday. I asked yesterday when I played that video if Jake was able to get up and hit Danny right back and knock him down. Why couldn't maybe still knock Jason down? I don't know. I don't know. I'm just saying. Harry. Oh yeah. We are in full bag kitty mode tonight. Cat lady, you want to guess what I'm gonna sit there and say next? Why don't you take a wild guess what I'm gonna sit there and say next, cat lady? Because apparently she predicted the future. Yes, last night, which I'm still wondering how. I'm still wondering how you actually predicted that future. Yes, last night, but I'm gonna ask you tonight. What do you think my next comment is gonna be? I'll just stand there and talk with his law. He just. What do you think we're gonna say next, cat lady? Hmm? Mm, 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 mm. Well, to be fair, Tyrese, Nina wasn't away. Nina's dingbat was in the way, so that is a factor. Okay, so let's not sit there and try to act like that wasn't a factor. Why the long pause, cat lady? Which kind of Kool-Aid? Which kind of Kool-Aid is it? Moscato, what do you think I'm going to sit there and say next, cat lady? I'm give you one more chance. What do you think? Shh, there we go. There we go. What do you think I'm going to say next? Just say, remember. Just says, remember when you were Nina Nation? I bet. God damn it, Jess. Kelly says, yeah, it's my fault. There we go. There we go. Yes, that's what I was getting to. God damn, Kelly, you're good. I can't believe I actually got two sassy ass queens in my chat. Two sassy ass queens in my chat. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Johnson says, I can't see Carter helping Hope to start her. It's crazy. It's crazy, cat lady. Hope to start her own rival fashion house. Then we would have a Logan versus Forrester. Yeah, Forrester. Yeah. Oh, you can see. Well, I mean, I can see that too if he doesn't go to jail. I can see that if he doesn't go to jail. I mean, but then Jonathan, it would also be about fashion, which I know is crazy for Bold and the Beautiful. Even in their little promos, they sit there and say fun fashion, and like that's not there. Now I got a question for everyone. Ooh, okay. Kevin says, how would the fashion line survive without Thomas? How will the fashion line survive without Thomas? Kevin says, how long before Lois spills the beans? She couldn't be trusted, and yet Brooklyn decided to give her a secret. Donna says, "I give Lois a week." That's fair. You know what? I'm gonna give her a week and a half. Yeah, that was probably the only thing that made that episode a little more tolerable, Jess. You know what's actually really funny? When I did my review, I had no notes. I didn't do any notes on that review yesterday. It was strictly off the cuff. How do you feel about it, Jess? Yeah, that's right, Kyrie's. He's been on the show for eight months, close to a year now. Johnson says, "Imagine host brother Rick, who is a forester, coming and to help with her new company." I don't know much about him, but I think it'd be cool that they're about fashion again. Jonathan, I still go back to that terrible ass green screen that Ridge and Shauna, I think that was her name, when they were in Vegas. Gary says, "I enjoyed the off the cuff stuff." Thank you, Gary. Yeah, it was. I just didn't feel like the episode really needed a lot of notes. Like everyone said nice things about her. Carly was there; she was saying nice things about her, and then part of me just couldn't help but be like, "Carly, let's be honest. You didn't like that chick from the jump." And I get that people change and they grow and everything like that, but like it's like, why are the people like her and Liz that they're talking about her friendship and her time with Sam? Like they want some buddy buddy shit. Like part of me just like, or Jess, I guess that could be like, oh well, that was the Spencer in her, whatever the hell that means. I got a question, Jess. What the hell is Lucky gonna do? Is Lucky gonna sit there and leave town? And yeah, Jonathan. Not that I really want that to be spoiled, but yes. To be fair, Jonathan, somebody else beat you to the punch. I am trying to keep this a non-spoiler channel, but yes, somebody said that, which is on Thanksgiving, and I'm like, fuck. The thing is though, there is a part of you wish they were a little more like my approach, just more suitable and just more like my approach, just more suitable and less spiteful, but not real. Just says, "I'm so sick of Lucky, like, just go already." Yeah, but that's the thing though, Jess. What he's doing is he's trying to make it okay for him to leave. Like, he's trying to get Liz to co sign him leaving his son, trying to make him feel better about his shitty decision. I'm like, Liz is not responsible to make you feel better about your decision to leave your son. That's just foul. That's some trash ass shit right there. Part of the problem, Jess. I was trying to say it's part of the problem. They either make men look like they either make men deadbeats, think with the wrong head, or just I just I don't know. Johnson says I will call much of the spoiler because everyone already knows what's happening. So that's true. That's I mean, to be fair, Jonathan, they didn't know it was gonna be on Thanksgiving. Like, and they ain't always gonna be on Thanksgiving, but I mean, you know. Harry says, "I'll be damned if I shed a tear for Sam after the way she treated you." You know, okay, that's so. You know, I mean, that's kind of harsh. I'm not gonna lie. But here's my thing, though, Kyrie. Lucas wouldn't even actually visited his father's grave if it wasn't for Danny lashing out at him. He only visited his father's grave, because he thought he wasn't going to be accepted at Sam's funeral. Kevin says Lucky looks like a junkie. Okay, Black Friday. Okay. Jess says who gives a damn about Lucas? Ooh, okay. Damn, Jess. She stands on business. Jess says, did Ava know her niece died? You know she wasn't invited to that funeral. Come on. Monique says, knowing the kind of person Jason is, he would have probably, on a sense, wished to let Drew raise Danny, but with him being in Washington, how is that possible? It's totally possible, Monique. Lots of politicians do it. They have their kids go there and either work remotely as far as school, or enroll in a school. But I don't people just have to try to make it seem like Drew can't raise his child while being a politician, and people do it all the time. Harry says words word for words. She said I wouldn't even pretend to give my father the word. War is better off without him. Leah would be better off. No, I get that. I get that. Sam was definitely out of pocket for the way that she acted towards Julian. Yes, no, I agree with that. Jonathan, I felt like it was already done. Maybe it was a '90s thing, but I felt like it was already done. Though. Oh, that Sasha's going to keep the baby secret. Kevin said. At first, she said sausage, and I sat there. I was like, Kevin said, I heard sausage. Uh, I'm not gonna lie, that actually sounds a lot more funnier. Exactly, Donna. See, Donna knows. Hey, Harry says it took 4 years, but Karma finally came to collect. Glad I had a front row seat. How was that workout today, by the way, Kyrie? Because I know you went to the gym. Justin, so you're probably thinking of Jingle All the Way. No, I'm not gonna lie, Jonathan. I felt like it was probably like maybe more of a black comedy. But I never actually seen that movie though. It was good. Okay. Kevin says, do you think Taylor and Finn will have a romance? That would be soapy as shit if that happened, and I would be here for it. Because Taylor's not there congratulating Finn on pretty much giving up his willpower to actually think for himself and be a man. So that's what Taylor congratulates. I'm so happy that you're devoted to my daughter. No, you're happy that he decided to take out his goddamn brain, his soul, and pretty much kind of give willpower to Steffi, and just let Steffi run shit, because down with the patriarchy. And we see how that worked out. Monique says Carter must have been talking to Lily. They are both employees that have no say in the company. Yeah, Carter was on one today. Oh, thank you, Donna. Lucas and Sam were both horrible to Julian in the end, but Sam was probably the worst. Writers really destroyed her character. Yeah, they definitely did. They seem like they are fucking her over from beyond the grave because Sam is all like, "Oh well, Danny needs to be with Drew." I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure that's Jason's son. You're not about to do that. Listen, I might be a little annoyed with Jason, but we're not going to sit there and try to act like that man is not going to sit there and keep his parental rights. That's what we're not going to be doing. Justin said there's a movie called Black Friday, and it's a science fiction film. Okay. Okay. Yeah, and that's true, Donna. That's true. That's true. And I'm not gonna sit there and fully hold it against her. I'm gonna hold it more against Alexis. And Bad Kitty said they have always taken Jason's rights away all the damn time. Yeah. Well, remember, members, that I did sit there and make a video. Um, I think I actually put it out for everyone. What I thought about how men are represented in soap operas, which is sometimes very piss poorly. I'll sit there and say Taylor gets fired from. Kevin says it would be common if fans cheat on stuff. Oh, Finn cheats on Steffi. You with Taylor and get fired from Forrester. Spider-Quake was good. Yeah, Albert. So happy Lulu's back. And Drew better not have Cussy over Danny. Yes. Yes, Spider-Quake. Came in just in time, Spider-Quake. Yes. I agree 100% with everything that you just said. Have a good night, Kyrie's. It's great to see you, my friend. Now, from what I understand, Kyrie will be back on Friday. Yeah, Jess. Yeah, Spider Quick is back. I unblocked him. I think like last week. Was good. Letitia. Yeah, I unblocked him like last. I think like about 3 weeks ago. So yes. All right, yeah, I don't need to. Have a good night, Sean. Elliot says, I think I'm over the moon just to see the actress again. So good to see her. And yeah, she played a character named I'm gonna give her a chance. She was on a show called All My Children. Yeah, she was on All My Children. She played a character named Babe. Monique says, I stand by my original statement from your last live. If you don't want people to know your business, don't tell them. Sure. Donna says Jason can afford to contest the will. It's not cheap. Probate attorneys. Well, yeah, I mean, he got Diane. He's good. Letitia, the running theory is Cyrus, but I'm like, I feel like that's just more of a gut feeling and it's not really drawn on anything. I mean, that's Yeah, that's true, Jess. I'm just like, yo, you're not gonna sit there and ignore man's what you call it. What's good, Alicia? Very quick says, I'll be honest, I was a little mad. They really made this Lulu redo a scene that Emma Ryan did 4 years ago. They could have just used the old scene. I get a new, I guess, new actress, but still. Yeah, at least he's back. He's back. He's changed, so he's back in the fold. And it's good to see you, Alicia, as always. I hope you had a great day. Now, Donna says Cyrus did it to help Lulu. How? I don't. I was hoping for a new villain, someone after Spencer's. I guess. That lady says. Alicia says, I hate the way they trash Daz and souls. Speaking my language. But from what I understand, Jonathan, she only moved to a different state after they fired her. From what I understand. I don't know how true that is, but I heard that she only moved to a different state after they fired. I should tell you, I don't even know. Is that exactly, Donna? Exactly, Justin. I think, like I said, I think that's after they fired her. Spider says, I get GH fire people, but the way the fire people is so messed up, like, damn, people got no heart. It is business. What's good, Darby? It's funny. I was actually talking about you earlier, too. I was talking about you earlier, my friend, that we're going to talk about Cobra Kai next week. Lisa, it's so hard to represent fathers. Mothers still have the advantage, unfortunately. Yeah, yeah, that's true. What's good, Darby? You're absolutely right, Alicia. Now, Monique says, what if it was Sitwell that gave Sam her final ending and not Cyrus because Sitwell got Jason in his sights? Yeah, that's true, Monique. See, my whole thing was like, Sitwell could, here's the thing, Sitwell could have shot Jason right after he gave him his diamonds. He didn't have any use for Jason. He allowed him to sit there and walk past to see if this way he can find um Sasha. Oh, Darby, you missed it earlier. Both Cat Lady and Justice Smith they giving me giving me sass. Johnson says, how do you think Lulu will feel about Maxie and Brooklyn being friends? That'd be jarring, but I don't think he'll be like she wouldn't be upset. It would just be a little strange. Just says I just don't get why they got rid of Emma though. Although I know people didn't like her. There you go. Letitia, I hope they throw the book at Carter. Letitia, you saw my thumbnail, right? Yeah, it's definitely gonna be possible. I got more thumbnails like that too. Yeah, exactly, Jess. If he wanted to sit there and go after Jason, he could have just already. Jen says that's a great idea. It seems I guess Spider, but like looking at Sitwell, that doesn't seem like his style. Sitwell is the type of person that would just sit there and take you out. He's not playing all these mind games and everything like that. Like exactly. And if he wanted to sit there and take out Jason, he had more than enough opportunity to do that. Cat Lady says, "What if it was Peter August?" Oh yeah, let's bring Peter back. Alicia said, "Julian Blue and the town killing people. He's was not a good guy." No, Sonny's not a good guy either, if you really think about it. But his kids actually care about him. Sam, on the other hand, eh, he's a little hammy and over the top, but he was still a fun villain. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, Jess. If you don't like Peter August, then you definitely wouldn't like Jordan on The Young and the Restless, because Jordan, what's her last name? Jordan, whatever, is definitely a cartoonist villain. I miss Osiris. Jonathan. I miss Osiris that would solve his problems through blackmail, kidnapping, or a pew pew. That's the Cyrus that I miss. Monique says, "Will Jason honor Sam's wishes of fighter or let Danny make the choice of who and where he wants to live?" I feel like he's definitely not going to fight it. I think he'll probably either let Danny choose or just sit there and agree with Sam. Oh, they definitely did, Jess. They definitely did. It used to be fun, and then they made him into this Bible thumping hoo ha nonsense. Not that I don't believe in the Bible, but still, like it just. And Darby says it's good to see you in the chat, Spider Quick. Yeah, it's good to see you, my friend. Kylie says, "What if it was somebody on behalf of Kate?" Ooh. Alicia says Sonny is not a good guy other than AJ. Yada yada yada. Who did he kill? I mean, he's a mobster. Well, like, I mean, yeah, he doesn't sit there and he doesn't sit there and ship illicit substances, but like, I mean, protection money, racketeering. I mean, I'm just saying, like, he's not the devil, Alicia, but let's not sit there and try to act like. Plus the whole Karen thing. Let's not ignore that though, too. Put that chick on a pole at 17, gave her candy, and decided to have loving in the afternoon. So while he's not the devil, Alicia, who do I can't, Alicia, I can't. Now, Johnson says Sonny mostly kill other people. Oh, here we go. Here we go. See, this is the reason why I want to get Cat Lady on my live stream. And to tell you the truth, I'm pretty sure if I see a dislike, it's going to be from Cat Lady. Kelly, you know this shit is true. Don't you sit there and act like this isn't true. I swear, I almost actually want to sit there and take a drink for that. And that's why I love Cat Lady. Like Craig says, I'm not saying it's right that Karen's situation is wrong, but it's not illegal. No, and I get that. I get that, Spider Quake. Trust me, I do. I get that. Huh? Jonathan says, I don't count the Karen situation because it was a retcon. But it still happened though. What? What? And wait, hold on. Alicia says Stone actually put Karen on the pole. No, 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 no. Darby, I'm on episode 2 so far, but I'm like 10 minutes into it. So I'll put it this way, Darby. I'm definitely gonna sit there and watch it by next week, so we can all talk about it. No, 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 no. I swear, I only actually had one drink, and what? I'm no, I'm befuddled. Kelly says Abby don't know it is because he never seen it. Justin says, but when does it actually air? She was not an age. I'm just saying it makes. I'm not saying it makes it okay. I get that, Jonathan, but like, and I get what Spider Quake is saying too. Like, technically, it's not like illegal. Hold on. Police said yes, Stone did it. Sonny didn't even know her. How did Spider Quake says it wasn't legal but morally wrong? Yes, yes, and that I agree. But like, Stone put her on a pole. Who was owning the club? It was Sonny, right? Sonny owned the club. No, cat lady. What I don't want to do, what I don't want to do is I don't want to sit there and placate and make excuses for my favorite characters. I will sit there and hold my favorite characters accountable for their actions. Cat lady, you know what this next sentence is going to be, right? You want to know what this next sentence is going to be, cat lady? Police said Karen went sniffing around the club, but Sonny didn't know her. Okay, but then Sonny eventually didn't know her and probably knew her age and said, "Hey, you're kind of cute, so I'll put you on the phone." What's a good cherry ice cream? Thank you again for the super chat. I really do appreciate that. I'm definitely gonna sit there and give you a shout out tonight. Monique says, "Watch the bonus scenes with Finn and Brooke. Very different conversation than what I saw in the U.S. Really? Hmm?" Kelly says, "But I told you, Karen was the one pushing on the job, not Sonny. And you don't believe us." Cat lady, do you know what my next sentence is going to be? Hmm? Hmm? Everybody else in this chat knows what my next sentence is going to be, so you damn well know what my next sentence is going to be. Now, Alicia says Sonny gave her the pills. He was wrong. Case acted like he killed her. Well, I mean, you kind of destroyed this young, innocent woman's soul in a sense, right? Johnson says, do you think Clyde will be killed off? No, unfortunately. Seriously, thank you, Cherry Ice Cream. Thank you so much. Thank you. It's like Dunkin' Donuts just knows how to hit the spot. So thank you. LaShawn says I like the other Lucas Jones who was there for his mom. Oh, the first one. What? Elisa says, Cat Lady, we need to take AB to the woodshed. And Cat Lady said, hit the dislike button. I love her. She is so sassy. This is why I call her Bad Kitty. See, Cat Lady, here's the thing. Cat Lady was behaving herself yesterday when she was on Kyresa's stream. Then she gets on my stream, she starts acting like a diva and is sassy. Like, Johnson says, I guess since Days doesn't have Stefano anymore, they figured Clyde's next best option. I also feel like they're not really comfortable or not, they're not really confident as far as making a new villain. Remember, they made Connie and that was a bust. Mike Quick says she disliked Kyrie's and gave him sass like 2 weeks ago. Really? What? Wow. You know, Spike Quick, like I said, I'm so not used to it. Remember where Cat Lee sit there and do my, she used to be on my streams like maybe about like a year and a half ago, and she was nice and sweet. I didn't know about this diva like energy that was going on. I'm in awe. Cat Lee says, "Nah, you just get my BP up messing with you. Always on the wrong side." Wow. Darby says, is Cat Lady pro Pole in this conversation? She is pro Sunny in this conversation, Darby. So what she's doing is she's making every sort of excuse that she can to not call out Sunny for being. Don't do that, Jess. Don't do that. She's making every excuse she can in the arsenal, try to defend Sunny vile, disgusting actions. Elise said, Cat Lady now are both divas. Oh, okay. So we got three divas. Terry Skin says, I get tech savvy hope. I get tech savvy soon, I hope. Oh yeah, you definitely gotta sit there and come to these live streams. Seriously. I mean these members live streams. What? Elisa says Sunny is the town's hero. Thank you, Darby. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, Darby. Well, I mean, yes, Jess, of course. But thank you, Darby. Shout out to Darby. That is awesome. I really do appreciate that. Jesus Christ. Seriously, let's everyone thank Darby for that. I don't know, Jess. Apparently, Elisa said that he was the town's hero. Johnson says Sonny is going to purgatory. He's going to hell. Come on, Jonathan. Let's be real for a minute. Right quick. Monique says Alexis will probably pull the Jake card like she did when Jason first came back, saying you let another man raise your child. Why not give Danny the same? Yeah, she gonna pull some bullshit. She gonna pull some bullshit, and I'm gonna sit there and okay, Alicia, okay. Yo, it's actually really funny. Cat Lady and Jess at one point has proudly said that they hit the dislike button on one of my videos. Both of these two sassy ass queens said the same shit. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Justice knows. Yeah, he going out. There's no purgatory for him, Jonathan. Come on, let's be real. So apparently, we got three sassy ass queens now. Okay. Now Johnson says hell is for the pure evil, like Caesar, Faison, Sonny isn't quite evil, so purgatory is for him and Jason and Rick. What do y'all think of that, Chad? Oh, Alicia says I hit the dislike on you as well. Nice. Okay. All right. Got three sassy ass queens up in here. Okay. Johnson says Jerry Jackson's going to hell. Don't you champion that shit, Kylie? What's the matter with you? Now, Alicia says Sonny is not bad. He's just kind of bad. Oh yeah, no man is going to hell. Helena is definitely going to hell. Absolutely, absolutely. Hmm. But you know what they say though, Jess? There is different levels of hell, from what I understand. Darby says Albert's losing his touch with the ladies. I don't think I've ever really had a touch with the ladies. I have a very rough side, I will sit there and say. Um, Kind of animalish, but yes. So I need to be with somebody who has health insurance. That's all I'm gonna say. I am not always the gentle type. I'm I'm just being I'm just being real, cherry ice cream. Oh, Darby says, "What's your ladies say, baby?" I'm just saying. I'm just a gentle type. God damn, cat lady. That's actually really funny, though. Where's that comment at? I don't know. Somehow, okay, somehow this comment, which would normally be offensive, isn't offensive. But like the comment that I had like weeks ago, the one about the whole gender thing, I found that to be a little more offensive. Like we're cool now and everything like that, but like I felt that comment to be a little more offensive than what Cat Lady said, which is really odd. Like a sexist comment will sit there and probably offend me a little bit more than what Cat Lady said. Johnson said there's fire, hell, ice, hell, upside down, hell. Hmm. I'm just saying, Cat Lady. It's just, I don't know. I guess I'm kind of weird like that. Plus, you're hot, so you're obviously gonna get away with that. Just, just to be real. Like I said, hot women can get away with a lot more. LaShawn says Sonny killed AJ Quartermain and Agent Cage. Oh, that's actually very true. Um, I'm pretty sure he killed somebody else though too. I mean, let's be honest, LaShawn. Yeah, these are the people that he killed on screen. How many people have he actually taken out off screen? Hmm? That's the thing. How many people has he? It's too much. It's too late to sit there and say unalive. But like, how many people have Sonny unalived? I mean, come on now. He also and no, there's a third person. Remember, he took out what was her name, Joe Scully or whatever when he was a kid, and just said, "Didn't didn't Sonny kill Julian? He tried to kill John. Yep, that's right. Julian, that's a third one, and then there's a fourth one. His first unaliving. Remember, there was a point where Sonny had that gun, and Mike was able to sit there and get it out the water. Remember when he had that prosecutor that came in and she was going to sit there and take Sonny out, but then it's like the show kind of realized, oh shit, we need Sonny. So her character became pointless. What was that chick's name? Jonathan, what was that woman's name that came to prosecute Sonny? And the smoking gun was literally the gun that was in the water. And it was his first unaliving to sit there and prove himself to the mob. Margo, thank you. Thank you, Cherry Ice Cream. Oh, Darby, that's a special kind of hell. But yeah, and I forgot the chick's name, but her last name was Henderson. And then right after she couldn't prosecute Sonny, she became a pointless character. And she started trying to, I don't know, I guess flirt with Drew at the time. Well, you say, okay, but that's not the thing. How many people he unalive and they retcon Scully? That's true. The show that the other day on reruns. I mean, the point is, Alicia, is that he got some bodies, okay? And the thing is, Alicia, even if he has one body or two bodies, he still got bodies. Okay? He took out AJ. He took out John Cates. Okay? And nothing happened to him. He took out you want to sit there and think about just how silly this shit is. He took out a federal agent and his ass is not behind bars. He is sitting pretty with his blood money. And it's all good ahead. LaShawn says the old Cyrus who had Cyrus on Mary Jane's, yes, candies. Now Cat Lady says, I'm sorry, Bad Kitty says almost everyone in Port Charles have bodies, so what? So if everyone else does it, you do it, it's okay. But see, Cat Lady, you know what the problem with that is? One, that doesn't you're not talking about everyone else, you're talking about Sunny. Okay? The same way I said to DC when DC comes up with that lame ass defense for whatever character he's trying to police said, where's the body? It's true. But that's number one. Number two, Cat Lady, you gotta sit there and remember there's different circumstances for each person and their unalivings. We're talking about Sunny. Come on, Cat Lady. You wanna come at me, you got to come at me with something a little more stronger. Come on. You better than that. Justice says, "Do you think Gabby will go in on Chad's plan? Or go in? I think she will. Not for Chad, but for JJ. Remember, she wants to stand atone for the stuff that she wound up doing to JJ and his loved ones. So, besides, it would make her look more useful. I mean, I'm not exactly liking Gabby so far right now because you know accountability is like kryptonite to her. Um, there was somebody else who also had a problem with accountability today. Elisa, Kelly, don't let Albert browbeat you. I'm just saying, Alicia. Callie, gonna sit there and playing the big boy leagues. She's gonna have to come up with something a little more stronger than that. Just saying. That's like the definition of it's like, well, if he jumped off the bridge, everyone else jumps off the bridge, and I should do it too. Like, come on, bro. Kelly says Sonny do what he does only to protect who he loves. So sometimes evil people go after him. So what is he to do? Stand there? That's true. And I'm not talking about every person that comes at Sonny, or and exactly, and then that's the thing though. Yes, I understand that. This is the reason why the town likes Sonny because as evil as he is, there are worse people. So he's the better of the other evil. But then you have people like John Cates that was doing his job in a very messed up way. He's a federal agent and he's walking free. AJ didn't actually do what he did. And Sonny promised Michael, "Hey, listen, I'm not going to go out your bio dad," and he did anyway. So you want to sit and explain an FBI agent, and he's running around free, and AJ, who didn't actually do what he was accused of, and him being unalive. What you got to say about that, cat lady? Don't keep the audience in suspense. Exactly. Yes, exactly, Alicia, and that makes him a better mob. That makes him a better mobster. That makes him the lesser of the evils that are out there in Port Charles. Okay, he's the best of a bad situation because if Sonny wasn't there, other people would be there, and they would be causing more havoc. And I get that, and this is the reason why Sonny has gotten more of a pass. But the best of a bad situation doesn't mean that you know Catley says Kate has been lost. Kate did try to have that's true, Jonathan. That's true. That is true. Catley says Kate's been lost his way as FBI, so he don't count going down. That was on him. He's the one who won't no backup. And AJ, that was a lifetime of hate, and Sonny did the wrong thing. He has been paying for it forever. Harrison says, "Albert, what do you think Sonny's downfall will be? Protecting his family." That's what I would sit there and say, Jerry's game. If I had to sit there and have an ending for him, we'll be protecting his family from like one final bad guy. This bad guy got to be like bad, like the town has to be rooting for Sonny at this point to sit there and take care of their problem. And I think that would be a perfect ending for him. And Elisa says if Sonny wasn't there, would be no GH for me anyway. I mean, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, though, Kylie. Yes, I get it. He was a shitty FBI agent, and he did a lot of messed up things, like Jonathan said. But he was still an agent. He was still an agent, and he, I'm saying, like, we can't just sit there and justify Sonny killing him because he was a bad person. Like, yes, he was a bad person. You know what? My explanation is not really making a lot of sense. Okay, I'm just going to sit there and backtrack that for now. But the point is, an FBI agent is dead. We're not going to sit there and try to act like that doesn't deserve attention. Yeah, AJ, that was a lifetime ago, but it still happened. Lisa said, "Me too. Sonny's gone. I'm gone." Okay. Kelly says, "Albert, he paid a lady to kill Ava. Do that's no, that's true. That's true." Kelly, but there are proper channels to go through other than you taking the law in your own hands. There are other ways you could have sat there. There's other ways they could have sat there and dealt with John Cage other than, oh, you went after my daughter? Yes, that was wrong. That was wrong. But FBI agent's dead. Alicia, I don't justify Sonny killing Cage. Kind of why I stopped watching. There you go, Alicia. But Callie has a point, but Callie is also something that they're trying to justify an FBI's murder. Like, oh, the FBI just let it go. Like, LaShawn says Sonny should have had a silencer on the gun when he killed. Yeah, he should have been smarter about that. But let's be honest, John should have been smarter about actually having backup. Johnson says new version of Spencer could have the potential to be Sonny's successor. Yeah, I would rather it be Michael or Dante though. Kelly says yes. Well, if Alexis didn't go run to Sonny that night, yelling for him to do something right now, knowing he was getting back on his meds, he would have handled it the way he and Jason planned. No, I'll tell you this much, Kelly. You make a very compelling argument. Hmm. Some, yeah, you make a compelling argument. I know, and that's the disappointing part, Jonathan. No, they would want to be mobsters, but it would be cool though. I'll say that much. It would be cool. You put up a good debate, Kelly. Put up a really good debate. I'll sit there and say that much. Some stuff you were, I don't know what you were drinking tonight. Other things you actually made some valid points. So I give you your props. Bad Kitty, aka Miss Sassy Pants. Lisa said Kari's going to jail. Listen, even if Kari doesn't go to jail, Kari's ass is being fired. Okay? I'll tell you that shit right now. Kari's ass is being fired. Um, Sassy Queen right there. I love it. Right quick so I can see Christina taking over Sonny's business. Right quick, you joking, right? You joking, right? Yeah, I'm gonna sit there and say you trolling until you say something different. Johnson says the Spencer will be back up by Casas security and parental security. Isn't he supposed to be a prince though? Like, I mean, a prince mobster? I don't know. I mean, I would see Spencer being a successor versus Christina. I mean, Christina seemed like I wouldn't trust Christina to sit there and draw me a damn bath at this point. Reason no job on this. More of a reason. All right. I thought, yeah, you get, wow. My criticism says Christina changed. I could see her. Okay, I can see that part, Spider Quick. That makes more sense than whatever that is. And Cat Lady says, "Oh wait, what if it was Rick? What if it was Rick? What? What if it was Rick? What? I just, I don't see Spencer Smith deciding he wants to be a mobster. He hates Sam. So just wait, Kylie, what if it was him? He paid somebody to do it. I don't see it being Rick. I don't see it being Rick either. That kills Sam. What if it was Rick? Wow. I thought I was sitting there drinking something heavy, but okay. That's I have no fucking idea what the hell that is. Okay. What if it was I mean, like, I feel like he views Sam the same way he views Christina. Like he wouldn't sit there and be dancing on their grave. He wouldn't want them to die. He just don't like them, you know? He doesn't like Christina, he doesn't like Sam. But I don't think it'll be enough to be Johnson says she could be a mobster living on Spoon Island. Okay. Um I was gonna ask you a question. I don't think I'm gonna ask you it. Jess says Rick needs to go. Why is that, Jess? So you see, okay, so Spike Quick, you see him gone because of Christina. Rachel says, "Do you think it will be a who done it?" We've been wanting a who done it for a while, and we could have got that with John Cates, but they said fuck it. We could have got that with John Cates because there was so many people that wanted him gone. That would have been perfect. They're making it look like Liz right now. Well, Callaway. It seems like they're making it look like Liz is responsible because of somebody on her team. Because the thing is, hey, listen, it's your team, so you know you're responsible. Johnson says Spencer could be a powerful cast star running the Corinthians organization. Okay, Jonathan, I'm gonna ask you a question. Are you drinking tonight? Like, I mean, are you having like wine or anything like that? You have some wine, like maybe some Moscato? I mean, I don't see that in his personality. So I'm gonna ask you, you drinking tonight? You have some Moscato? Or as Cat Lady likes to say, candy. I'm sorry, juice. Yes, I mean she's about to lose it. Portia did sit there and say, hey, listen, you need to sit there and talk to your rep. Somebody who's gonna sit there and rep you. Are you drinking now? Like that's what I want to know. Or just like it, I don't, okay. Oh, Kool-Aid. Oh, Kool-Aid. I love when she says it with the most sarcastic emojis possible. So this is just more of a fan theory then, right, Jonathan? Kool-Aid. I love how she corrected me though too. And she made sure that I remembered, her little insult about what I drink. I love it. She really is a sassy queen. Johnson says, think about what Spencer could be like after he leaves the island he's trapped on. I mean, I remember using it to saying that he can be more like Green Arrow also, which would not be that much of a stretch. I love it, Cat Lady. I love it. All right. Now I'm actually going to sit there and cook something before I go to bed tonight. Yes, I'm going to cook. Um, and it's not going to be anyone's fault because no one's actually watching. If my anyone's fault, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's a fun theory. Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. I just want to make sure we were not on the, you know, alcohol train. But okay. So yeah. So I'm gonna sit there and end the stream here. I do want to thank everyone for joining tonight, though. This is actually a lot of fun. I do miss doing it. So yeah, Tuesdays is going to be the rest night, wherein I'm not with Vacation Warrior, despite what Ron says. But every other day moving forward is going to be, you know, exactly. See, thank you, Spider Quake. See, good to have you back, my friend. It's good to have you back. See, Spider Quake knows the truth. Spider Quake knows the truth. But yes, I'm going to sit there in the stream here. I do want to thank everyone for joining tonight. This was always a lot of fun. Apparently, I got three sassy queens tonight. So, that's, I don't know how I actually attract sassy queens, but Johnson says, join us next time for another edition of Soul Chop Bostic. Thank you, Jonathan. Always appreciate you, Jonathan. My Michael Baldwin to my Victor Newman. Have a good night, gorgeous queen fat lady. Johnson says, good night, everyone, and hit the like button. Thank you. Have a good night, Dolomedics. Have a good night, Cherry Ice Cream. Have a good night, Goddess Jess. Have a good night, Queen Janet. Have a good night, Darby. Shout out to Darby again. Shout out to Cherry Ice Cream for the super chat. Appreciate that. And yeah. Have a good night, Ronnie Ron, Jillian. And this is why I love her. Kelly says hit the dislike button. You know what? I was gonna sit there and cruise to somebody else's um comment. I think I'm gonna leave this one on. I'm gonna leave this one on because when people sit there and see the thing, they're gonna see that. Goddamn diva. Mm-mm. All right, everyone. You know who you are. Have a great night, and I will see you in the next live stream, which is tomorrow. Thank you, Lisa. Clap. Yes, I hit the like button anyway. Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate you. Have a good night, Darby. Let me just highlight that shit again. Something else, cat lady, I'm sorry, bad kitty, or something else. Whoever said just got home. Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate you. Seriously. Darby said just got home. I guess he was out on the road. But yes, Lisa, I appreciate you. And thank you, Chai Ice Cream. Always appreciate you. Seriously. Laters.